Hey guys, welcome back to our project. In this part we are going to create the render file component and then we are going to upload a file from our front end. And what I mean by the render file component is the file details. Let me just upload a file. Let's say this one. Look at this, I have the details of the file. This is an PNG image and then the name of the file and the size of the file. I'm going to create this as a separate component because I also need this in our download page. Let me show you. So just click on this upload. And it is uploaded. I got the download page link, so just copy this and then let me just open a new tab and put it here. Yeah, look at this. This is the same component, the file details, right? Okay, so let's do that. We need to do a lot of stuff in this video. So let's go to a code editor. Make sure you're in the client directory. I mean inside the terminal. Cool. Just open the index.tsx page, which is our home page. Cool. So we need to create the render file component and render here, right? So let's just go to the components folder and create the component first. Let's name this render file or file details, whatever you want, .tsx underscore rafce. This will give me the boilerplate of a functional component. So as the prop, we need to get the file details, right? So let's get the file details. You know what? Let me just create an interface. That will be much better. So just go inside this client folder and then create a folder which is libraries. So libs. Inside this libs folder, let's create a file which is types.ts. I'll put all the types inside this types.ts. So let's create the interface and also export this. The name of the interface is ifile, I for the naming convention. So it should have a name which should be a string, and then it should be a size, so size in bytes. You can make this a number, but from the backend it will be coming a string. So I'll leave this as string and then format. Cool. Okay, I'll put another property which is id, but that is optional because when you upload a file in dropzone component, it does not return an id, right? But the id might coming from the backend. So just make this an optional property. So id, it will also be a string. Nice. Save this and now just go to renderfile.tsx. Let's add the type. So render file, it should return a functional component, but before that let me just increase the font. Cool. Close the sidebar. Functional component should be auto imported from React. Cool. And then inside the generic I can pass the properties. So file, it should be a type of ifile. Fine, should be auto imported. Nice. Great. So I got the file. Okay, inside this I need to render an image and then a span to hold the name of the file. So file.name and then another span that will hold our size. So file.size in bytes, but I need to convert the size in bytes to MB so that it is more readable. I'll do that in a minute. Now what about this image source? It should show the format of the file, right? So just go to public folder. Inside this public folder, just go to this images folder and you can see that I have all these images. The name of the images are kind of format, right? Like JPEG, JPG, MP3, text. So basically I need to check the format of the file and then dynamically pick the image from this images folder. Okay, so let's do that. Inside this source, we need to execute some JavaScript. So just put curly brace and then template string /images /format. And I can get the format using this file.format. But you know what? Let me just destructure this inside this props. So format, comma, name, size in bytes, comma, name. Cool. And then I can just put the format here. I don't need this file dot and file dot size. Fine. It's much better. And now just place this render file component and then we are going to add some Tailwind. Just go to index.tsx. Here, just remove this comment and put the render file component. Render file should be auto imported. Nice. We have a TypeScript error, that is because we have not passed the file. So just pass the file. Cool. But we have some problem, and that is because the shape of this file object which is given by the dropzone component is not same as the type of this ifile. So basically we need to modify the shape and send the same properties. So for that let me just log out the file and let's see what are the properties are there. file. Cool. Save this and just go to index page, go to localhost 3000 and refresh. You might have some error. Yep, cannot read property format of null. That is acceptable. Just go to console. Oh, I don't have the drop zone component, so I just need to comment out the render file component so that I can see the log. Refresh this. Cool. Upload a file. This one. Nice. Inside this file I have this file object, and then you can see some properties. So I have the name, which is the file.name, and then we have the size in bytes, which is just size, and then our file needs the format, but we don't have any format here, but we have type, so we need to get the format from this type. And how can I get that? Let me show you. So just get the type, and then you can just split this by the slash, and it will give me an array. Look at this, I got an array with 2 elements. So from here I just need to select the second element, which is the index 1. That's it. Let's do it. So here just uncomment the render file. Cool. We will not send the file, instead we will create a separate object. So the first value is format. This should be file.type.split, split by slash, and then just pick the second value. Beautiful. And then we have the name, which is the file.name, and then third we have the size in bytes, which is file.size, I guess. Yep. And then we have the ID, but that is optional, so we don't need to send that. In fact, we don't have any ID. So now just save this. Next we are going to render this file component if we have the file, else it will give you an error. So I render this render file if our file is not null, or not false, I should say. The file is our state value, so save this. Cool. Minimize the terminal. Yeah, pretty good. Let's see. Oh, we already have something. Look at this, 9.png and whatever. Let's pick another file. Yeah, it looks like we have some problem here. We don't have the image. Why? Let's go to render file. Oh wow, /format.png, we need to select the png. Just add the png. Now yeah, got it. We have the png, we have the name of the file, and then again we have the name. Why? Let's go to index.tsx. Oh, we have this file.name here. Now that's fine. Okay, cool. Let's add some Tailwind. So just go to render file.tsx. So the wrapper div should be flex, of course. Class name flex. The direction is row, and then the item should be centered, so everything should be vertically centered. The width should be full. I'll add some padding, so padding 4 unit at all side, and margin around 2 unit, but vertically, so my2. Cool. And then I'll restrict the image size, so just go to this image, add some class name. The width is around 14 unit and the height is around 14 unit, which is around 56 pixel. Cool. And then just go to span, target both the span, add class name. Oh, not class. Wow. Oh, class name. The first span should have a margin horizontally around 2 unit, and then the second span, which is our size, should be at the right, so just use ml auto. That's it. Save this. Let's see. Yeah, look at this. Beautiful. And now let's convert these bytes to MB. How? Let's create a function. You can create this function inside this render file, but the best practice is just create this file inside this libraries folder. Okay, let's name this size in MB.ts. Cool. So export const size in MB. It should be an arrow function. I could have used the shortcut. Anyway, so it will get the byte as string, and then it will also return a string. Fine. Not byte, is bytes. Cool. Oh, let's use this, not semicolon, buddy. The conversion is really easy. Just get the bytes. Let's divide this with 1024 into 1024. You know why? First it converts to kilobyte and then to megabyte. And then I want to fix the value up to 2 decimal. and then we are gonna add MB at the last. So just use the template string and then just use MB and put it inside a dollar and curly brace. Fine, save this, and we have some problem, and that is because the bytes is string, right? You know what, just make this a number, then just go to types.ts and also make this size in bytes to number. Who cares? Just save this. Cool. And now we got this function, right? Just go to render file.tsx. So basically we are gonna call this size in MB and pass this size in bytes. That's it. Save this, and now let's see. Oh wow, no, it's not what I want. Let's go to size in MB. Hey, no, just wrap this 1024 and 1024 with a parenthesis. Save this, and now something is wrong here. What is that? Some bloody parenthesis issue. And now it's okay. 0.07 MB. Fine. Yeah, quite good. And now let's create the upload button. Okay, so let's do that. Let's go to its index.tsx page. Here I need to create the upload button. So a button, it will say upload. Add class name, just set the width first, and then let's make this side by side. Cool. Save this. Let's add some more class. BG gray 900. Padding is around 2 unit. Add margin Y, so margin vertically 5 unit, which is around 20 pixel, and then just make the corner rounded, so rounded MD. Save this. Yeah, cool. On focus I don't want any outline, so focus outline none. That's it. Save this. And now let's also add the functionality to upload the file. So let's go at the top. I don't need to console log this file. Fine. Let's create an arrow function which is handle upload. Fine. Okay, so what do we need to do? Inside this we need to create a form data. Inside this form data we are going to append the file, and then we are going to make a request to the server. The server as a response will give us the file ID and the download page link, if you remember. So we need to just render the download page link. Let's do it. Okay, so to make the request I'm going to use Axios, so let's just install that. Let's go to a terminal, open a new terminal. Ctrl+Shift+5 is a shortcut. Just go to client and then npm I Axios. That's it. Let it install. Meanwhile, let's create the form data. So const inside this function form data is new form data. Inside this form data, the key is my file, because my file is the same key which Multer extracts. If you remember, let me show you. Just go to a server. Inside this server, just go to a routes. Inside the files.ts, look at this. At this my file inside this Multer, right? So you need to pass the same key. We have also seen this in the Postman. Anyway, so this is our file. That's it. Oh, it is form data.append. Oh my goodness. And then we are going to make some asynchronous calls. So just use try catch. Also make the function asynchronous. Nice. Axios is installed. Fine. So just use await Axios. Inside this we need to pass an object. The Axios is, by the way, automatically imported. Yep. So we need to define the method which is post, and then the data is form data. Then we need to pass the URL. Here you can pass the whole URL with the base endpoint, but I'm gonna set the base endpoint as the default of this Axios. So just use URL which is API slash files slash upload. Yep. Cool. And then the important part, which is the headers. Inside this headers, again an object. We just need to pass the content type, which is multi-part form data slash form data. Cool. Save this, and now just set the Axios default. So let's go to _app.tsx. Here at the top, let's import the Axios.defaults.base URL. is our base URL, which is the localhost 4000 or 8000. Fine, save this. Cool. Just go to index.tsx. Just grab the response. So const, just destructure data. Fine. Here we need to store the data somewhere, and where to store the data? Of course, we need to create a state. So just go at the top. Use state is a shortcut. I'm going to create two separate states, one to store the download page link and the second one to store the ID, just to make things simpler. So set ID, it is null. Oh wow, null. And then again use state, this is download page link. That's it, which is also null for now. Fine. So after getting the data, let's set the download page link to data.download page link. Put it here, and then the ID. So set ID is data.id. Cool, pretty cool. And if anything goes wrong, just log out the error. So log error.response.data. That's how you can get the error data from Axios object. And then we need to show something like upload is failed. So for that, I'm going to create another state which will keep the status of the upload. So use state, this is upload state. So here I'm going to create an enum. How? Inside this use state, just put a generic, and here you can set the type of the state. So this can be either uploading or quotation, upload failed, or it can be something like uploaded. Fine. And it starts with null. Cool. So here inside this try catch block, the set upload state, just look at the beauty of the TypeScript. Just put a colon and look at this. Upload failed. If you make something like upload, it will give you an error. It's because upload is not acceptable, bro. So it is upload failed. Fine. Okay, one important step is at the first of the request, at the first of the function, I'm gonna check if the upload state is same as uploading. In that case, I'm gonna return, because it will create some error, right? If you press the button multiple times, so return. Nice. And now we have the function ready. So just call this when the button is clicked. So on click, just pass the reference which is handle upload. Cool. Save this. Nice. Pretty good stuff. Let's see. My backend should be running. So let me just run my backend. Just go to server and should be npm run dev. Oh, by the way guys, I'll put all the code in the description box branch wise. That is important, branch wise. So if anything goes wrong, you can just check that out. If anything goes wrong, that means you are going to learn something. Npm run dev, let my database be connected. Yeah, connected to database. Let's see. No error, no error, no error, please. Let's select a file. This one. Good. Click on upload. And hey, I need to show something like uploading. You also need to show the uploaded status. Anyway, just go to the network and let's see. Click on upload again and upload. Pending, and we got 200. Fine. As the response, we have the ID and the download page link. Great. Let's also show the upload status. So inside this button, I'll not show upload. Instead, I'll show the upload state. Cool. Okay. At the top, the initial value of this upload state should be upload, so that it always, but we don't have upload yet. So just use another or and use upload inside a quote upload. So it is upload. Nice. And then when you trigger this function, I'll make the state uploading. Okay, fine. Save this. And now I need to render the download page link. So really easy. So after this button, I'll check if I have the download page link. I'll create a div. Inside this div I need to render a message something like great, the file is uploaded, share this file with your friend, and then I need to render the download page link and a copy button. So the better approach will be, let's create a component. Just go inside this components. Let's create a component something like download or download file .tsx. Cool. Underscore RFC. Fine, that will give me the boilerplate. Inside this div I should have a age 1. That will give me a message something like lorem 10. Cool. And then another div. Inside this div I'll put the span to show the download page link. We don't have the download page link, so just get this through the props. So download page link, just get this inside the span, render this. Cool. And then after this span I'm going to render an image. I can get this image from this public /images folder. So /images /copy.png. just save this. Cool. Just add some class name on this image. Not class name, class name. Really simple. Width is around 8 unit, height is also around 8 unit. The object feed should be content and the cursor should be pointer. That's it. On this span which is rendering the download page link, I'm gonna add some class name, and only one class name, which is word break all. Okay, so that it does not take the whole line. And then the div which wraps this image and the span, just add some class name. It should be a flex box, so flex row, and the space between the items is around 3 units, so space x 3 unit. Cool. And then target the parent div, just add class name. I'm only going to add some padding, so padding is around 1 unit. Cool. Let's also target the age 1. The margin wise around 2 unit. The text should be large, like it's a message after all, the success message. And then the font should be medium. Cool. Save this. Let's see. Just go to index.tsx and render this component. Not inside a div. We don't need to create a div. So download page, download file. The name of the component is very awkward. So download page link is the download page link. Fine. And then after that I need to show the email form here, which we don't have right now. So just comment that out. Cool. And now one important thing is, I'm gonna only show this dropzone component if I don't have the download page link. Right? If we have successfully uploaded the file, we don't need to show this dropzone component. Just wrap this. Cool. Save this. Oh, just use a not, buddy. Not download page link. Cool. We have done a lot of stuff. Refresh the page. Click on upload. Upload failed. Why? I don't know. Oh, that is because we don't have the file. You can also make something like, if you don't have the file, you can't just upload. I should have done that. So uploading, and yeah, it is uploaded, but it is still showing uploading. Anyway, we have the download page link and the copy button. Now let's add the JavaScript to copy the link. Really simple, one line of JavaScript. Let's go to this download file. Here, click on this image, click, just trigger an arrow function. We're going to use the navigator API. So navigator.clipboard, the write text, just pass the download page link. That's it. Save this. Let's now fix the bugs. So basically the idea is, I'm not going to render this upload button if we have successfully uploaded that. Right, so again just use download page link. So download page link, I'll only show this if we don't have the download page link and if we don't have the file. This is also important. We have just seen the bug. Okay, just wrap this with the curly brace. Fine. And then I'm going to wrap this download file with a div and then render everything like this download file, the email form, a button to upload a new file. So let's create another button to upload the new file, like upload new file. Okay, I need to add all the classes here, the same as the button. So let's copy all these classes and put it here. You can also make something called Tailwind component. I'm gonna show you in the refactoring part. In that way you can use the dry approach. Don't repeat yourself. Okay, fine. Cool. Just target this div, the parent div, and add some class. Of course, we need to add some padding. So class name padding is around 2 unit, and the text should be center. Fine. Save this. Let's see. Cool. Let's upload a new file. Okay. So what should happen if I click on this upload a new file? Basically, I need to show the dropzone component again, and to show the dropzone component again, I need to remove the file. So again, I need to make the state, the file state null. So let's do that. I'm going to create another function. I told you I need to do a lot of stuff in this part. So nfn, that will give me the arrow function. The name is reset component or reset file, whatever. Reset component, I don't need to use any params. So this should be set file null and also a download page link null. And now just call this reset component if the button is clicked, the upload new button is clicked. So let's go to upload new button. On click, just pass the reference. Let's see. I guess that's it for this part. Let's see. Click on this upload new file, and yes, we have this dropzone component. Click on this, select a file. Yeah, this is upload. Click on this upload. It is uploading. Yeah, really good. I can click on this and it should be copied. Just go to a new tab and put it here. Yeah, good. Look at this, we don't have the route, so that's why it is showing the page could not be found. Okay, so that's all for this part. We have done a lot of stuff in this video. So in the next part, we are going to create this page, and we also need to create the second API endpoint, which will give me the details about the file, so that I can render the render file component again with that details. So see you in the next part. Bye.